Well, good morning, everybody. As the Daybreak Show continues on, it's time for some riveting radio real estate in studio. Jamie Mell from John L. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm well, and it's good to see you here. And we've got a lot to talk about. We are on the edge of the start of summer.
Yes.
Sunday is the longest day of the year. It is going to be in the 90s next week. It's hot, 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 and so is the housing market.
It is very hot.
What is going on with all of this? Are people just deciding that now they can live anywhere, and so they're finding beautiful spots like Mason County, and they just move down from Seattle or whatever? Is that really what happens? Everybody tells those stories.
Yeah, it's happening.
And that's really making it tough for folks who are here and long-timers here find new places to move into.
That's right. And we've talked about it. It's heartbreaking situation for buyers right now. The competition is fierce, so you need to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row when you're going out and looking at homes.
So you can't even, I mean, you wouldn't even want to start without having a pre-approval letter, even in hand. You can't just say, I've got it, and trust me, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, no, you definitely need to be communicating that with your agent. And you know, some sellers, they don't even want buyers coming into their home, especially during this COVID season that we had, unless they were already pre-approved. So
sure. So to make sure that they're legit buyers, because sometimes you'll see a house and it'll be listed and you go, oh man, I just want to go.
Yep.
I just want to go see what that's like.
Right.
And that doesn't work well when we're trying to keep socially distant and things like that. We're coming up too on the end of the month, which will be a reopening for the state. Yeah. How's that going to impact you at John L. Scott?
You know, I'm hoping it's just going to bring out more people. People maybe will list their homes. They're going to maybe just be ready to take that step. I don't see it really causing a lot of change for us. Okay. We've morphed into kind of a new way of doing real estate as far as being able to communicate with our clients via, you know, whether it's Facebook Messenger, Zoom, all these different things. I think some of those tools are going to remain in real estate.
Has it been easier for you on that end to connect with buyers and sellers? I mean, through Facebook Messenger, it seems like sometimes you started, people call, and then you wait a few days before you return. And then, well, no, I got it on email, I'll be able to respond right away. And now, you know, it's a few days before your email.
Yeah. And
folks are able to text faster.
Yeah.
And that helps the process?
You know, I think depending on who your client is, you always want to have that, like, which form of communication do you prefer? I prefer in person, but at the same time, you know, text and email. It gets really challenging these days when you have phone, text, email, Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger, all these different ways of communicating. And hopefully you kind of dial it into one form because it can be taxing.
And then I guess too, just on a side with like your marketing of real estate, you kind of have to know all those social media, because the younger kids perhaps who are more on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, they're in their early 20s to late 20s, and those are folks that at least at some point were first-time home buyers,
right,
or hoping to be first-time home buyers.
Exactly.
I heard a story the other day where somebody, I think it was in Texas, they were going to buy a house, and they said, well, we'll buy that house, and you know what, we'll buy the house that you want to buy to move into.
Oh my goodness.
So basically they're buying two houses just to get into this one place.
To get into one place, which isn't really shocking. I will say that. We're seeing all kinds of nutty things. There's a bunch of, you know, things happening. I've seen all kinds of memes and things. I think the craziest thing that I've seen so far is paying for the moving truck to come and help move the seller out, you know. That we're seeing all kinds of things like
that's amazing.
Netflix subscriptions, all those kind of things.
Yeah, it was. Oh, maybe the other one was down in California, and it was like $1.15 million house, and it ended up going for 2.3. And then I think the thing that sold it was they were going to throw in a pair of Warriors tickets.
I see. People are doing what they have to do to get these houses.
You brought in some numbers. Let's look at these.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Mason County 2021 housing update, June here. And I've seen this on your website and Facebook, and you have all these phrases like surge and extreme frenzy and super surge and all this stuff. What does that mean for folks?
So basically, it means that surge is going to be above the average. So an average home sells in the first 30 days. The typical is 30%. So in different price ranges, we're seeing different percentages. So let's just use the $250,000 to $350,000 range.
Is that kind of, I'm sorry, is that kind of where we're at in Mason County? 250 to 350?
Yeah, we're approaching the higher end, but yes. And those homes, they're going pending, what is it? It's 85% in the first 30 days. I wish we could break it down a little bit more to even, I don't have the stat to know, are they going pending in the first 15 days? Because I'm assuming most of them are.
Sure.
But then taking it a step up to the 350 to 500,000, those are going pending within 84% within the first 30 days. So those are extreme frenzy. Those are super hot markets. That's where we're seeing a ton of multiple offers and just that total energy happening where you're getting a lot of showings crammed in.
So is this number 250 to 350, for example, is that based on a house that has always been 250 to 350, or is this how people are going, man, I bet I can get 275 for this place, where a year ago it may have gone for 200 or 225?
Yeah, so these numbers are specific to what closed in the MLS for those price ranges. Now, this time last year to now, so like the same time frame from January to May, we've had like a 32% increase in price as being reflected to last year. So that's pretty amazing in itself. Every county, every location, we're all seeing these appreciated prices, but I thought that was super interesting to see.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
So I know in your other life you do property management. So if you're talking to these people, just generally, they don't even have to be your clients, how do you prepare them to get fiscally ready for something that may increase? Because then it's too, I guess, if you buy a lot of land from you and you planned last year to build a house and now you're only now able to get to it and the prices are 40% for lumber and stuff like that. Yeah. What are some of those conversations as a realtor and as an agent, getting these people prepared for what is likely to be sticker shock when they finally put their foot out there?
Just being open and honest, just talking to them about, okay, are you buying this property and have you done your due diligence? Are you lined up with a builder right now? Have you talked to the builder about what your contract price is and how long they're out so that you know when you're signing the contract, this is going to be the price. And if things continue to go up or down, you know, just knowing the contract with your builder and kind of just putting out, like I have some personal experience right now with building a home. The sticker shock is true and it's happening and the shortages are incredible. And so understanding if you're going to build what you're going to be kind of up against as far as challenges go.
I saw some reporting that said we are similar to the 06 kind of levels, including with that the income to mortgage ratio based on, I guess, your paycheck and then what you're paying for your mortgage. It's close to where it was back in 06, just a year or so before the crash, but from all indications that I'm seeing, this doesn't seem like it's a bubble like that.
No,
this is all just the
This is supply and demand, and what's happening is just the amount of buyers buying, and it's just the supply and demand thing. I wish I had the stats with me, and I'm sorry I don't, but a huge amount of homeowners right now have a large amount of equity in their homes. Compared to right before the crash, people had zero equity, and that's what flipped it, right? So when people are starting to talk about the bubble, it's going to burst, well, I don't personally see it happening anytime soon. It's probably going to take a slowdown if interest rates cruise up. I mean, that's just the way I see it. But as far as a bubble goes, it's going to have to be a larger thing outside of the housing market that's going to create this issue.
Something else. Yeah. And so you have this interest rate here on this thing, 3.13%. Is that for a 30-year?
Yes, that would be a 30-year, and that's an average. That's something that the John L. Scott corporate office comes out with. So I know local lenders can.
I've seen some 30 years
because I've been seeing it a lot lower too. Yeah.
Wow.
So getting a good lender and having that conversation, and credit scores and all those details are going to come into play.
It's going to be a busy summer, and it's going to be a great opportunity for folks to look and list and wish and dream, and there's great opportunities to kind of really pick up a plot of land or something here in Mason County, and you've really got, it's spectacular.
Yes.
So you're going to want to go to Jamie Mell. You're going to talk with her. You can see the phone number here, 463-6302. She's over at Evergreen Square. You can't miss it. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you too. I appreciate it.
I'm glad that you're busy. I mean, it seems like you guys are busy over there.
Very busy. I mean, I can't imagine one realtor that's not busy right now. It's just insane. Client demand, it's good. Active.
You always see that sign that says agent on duty.
Yes.
You get a lot of walk-ins?
We do. We get a lot of walk-ins in that area. It did taper out for COVID, and it's starting to pick up again now that we have the signs out and kind of bringing people back around again.
And are these Sheltonites, or are these people passing through that go, guys, beautiful here?
Yeah. It's a huge combination of people passing through. And I think people know to go, to the chamber, stop at the caboose, check it out, and we're just naturally right there. So they come in and they want to talk about things. And to me, that's like the funnest part, is having conversations with out-of-towners to like tell them what this place is all about.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jamie Mell, John L. Scott, Riveting Radio Real Estate. Good to see you.
Thank you.